Hey guys, so I got some supplies and that's what this video is going to be about. Just using the supplies that I got, supply haul, and cutting up some plants, doing some propagations, the usual. So without further ado. Okay guys, here we are. We've got a lot of stuff. I got a new brand of leca that I'm going to test out. I want to try this out. Because, you know, it's not so easy to get the lava rock these days. I have a place that I can get it, but I wanted to try something, a new leca. See how it works, and I'll let you know. So, I already rinsed some of it in here, as you see. And, oh yeah, I also got a new coleus. This was one of the, you know, the autumn sales. This is a Kong mosaic. Really beautiful. I had to cut off all the flowers and I put them in here. They're just in a paper towel, drying up, or a napkin, whatever. But yeah, I'm just very excited about that. I also have my pineapple here, and I have Rodeo Drive over here. You can see it. And these are in soil. So, you know, I get nervous when my plants are in soil, especially because they were outdoors at the nursery and I brought them in. I just want to make sure they're okay. So I'm going to take some cuttings. I'm going to root them in leca, and I'll show you how I do it. But let me show you what else I got. A lot of fun stuff here. I got these little, they're like, what are they called? They're called water glasses, but they look like little wine goblets, but not really. You'll see when I open this up. I got 2 of these from the dollar store. And let me move you over here, Miss Coleus. I got some yarn also from there. I'm not going to do any, I don't think I'm going to do any yarn props or yarn medium today, but I got them just in case. And then I got some candy because, you know, I get hungry. And then I got some plastic cups. And this is mostly what I use these days when I'm using semi-hydro, even if it is with the acrylic yarn. And that yarn's 100% acrylic, of course. So yeah, and I also got some bins because I need a place to be able to carry these propagations around. That's my receipt. Don't look at that. So I got 2 of these, right? And we'll just start with one for now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to open up my cups. Let me just make sure. I'm gonna cut it. Let me cut this a little bit. All right. So these are just regular cheap plastic cups. The great thing about this is you can reuse it over and over and over again until they fall apart. Then when they fall apart, you can recycle them with your plastics. So this way, you're not like, you know, wasting anything. So what I like to do is I just cut the edge a little slice. Let me see if you can see it. Can you see it? Yep, right there. See the slice? And all I really need is 1 slice. The reason why I don't usually do 2, I have done 2 slices, like 1 on each side, is because when the roots start to grow down into the reservoir, which is what these are, the roots will come out on both sides and it gets a little messy. This way it's isolated to one area where the roots come out. And what I like to do is if they start to get a little crazy, I'll trim the roots. There'll be plenty of roots in with the leca, so that shouldn't be a problem. So let's open this up. Ta-da, dun, dun. So much fun, right? So this is what it looks like. You've probably seen these in a lot of my videos. I love these. These are very easy to work with, and the cups fit in perfectly for a reservoir for semi-hydro. Okay? So let me get just a couple of these ready to go, or a few. I'm not just going to do 2. These are great. It's only, well, they're not $1 anymore because you know how like the dollar stores have changed. So now it's like $1.25, $1.50, $1.75. Inflation. So just take these. I'll take these all out, but I'm not necessarily going to use all of them. I'll see. But I'm taking some cuttings. I'm going to be rooting some of the pineapple and the rodeo. Not so much the the Kong mosaic, because this is brand new. I just got this today. I got all these supplies today also, but these plants I've had a while, and I've taken some cuttings and rooted them in water. They did great. You've seen them in prior videos if you've been watching. So let me just take some of these cups and just cut the edge like I did before. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3. I'll do all 5 for now. Even if I don't use them right now, at least they'll be ready for when I need to use them. But I might use them, who knows? Okay, so these guys are ready to go. So let me clear off some of this area here. I think I'm gonna start with Rodeo because I didn't take cuttings of Rodeo Drive. So I'm gonna start with just a little bit of leca. Bring this over here. God, it's so cramped over here. I can't move. It's okay. I just want you to see everything that I'm doing. Oh, I got some of those plastic pieces in here. All right, so little layer. A little bit too much to start with. Starting like this, okay? And now I'm gonna take my first cutting of Rodeo. I'll take this one right here that we're looking at. Okay. Now what I'm gonna end up doing, take off this leaf. I'm gonna leave these 2, 4 leaves. No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves. I'm gonna leave all these leaves, okay? But what I'm gonna do is put this in the leca, fill up the leca, and I'm gonna fill up the water level so that the bottom of the stem is submerged. Just as if it was in water, like in water culture, to root in water, because I want this to take off quickly. And because I'm leaving these bigger leaves on, if I don't have it actually in the water and it's like above the water level, like you would do if you have a plant that you're transferring with roots, it's going to wilt. The leaves are gonna transpire too much moisture. It's gonna be an issue. So I'm just going to fill up the rest of this with some leca. So funny, leca is such a funny word. Well, it's an acronym, but lightweight expanded clay aggregate. But I always thought it was like another language or something when I first heard about it. But that's not what it is. Okay, so here we go. Okay, and again, when I fill this up, I'm gonna fill up the water level to above where that stem is. This way the stem could be submerged. I'll put this in here, and this one's done. Don't need any nutrients, don't need any rooting hormone, because coleus roots like you blink and it's rooted. Okay, next one, let's see. These are very lanky. So I'm gonna take this one right here, okay? I'm gonna take off these 2 bottom leaves, and I'm also gonna take off, and I hate doing this, but see the little sprouts there? Hold on. See that little growth point there? It's got a couple leaves. Can you see it? There we go. I'm gonna take those off too, because they're gonna be under the leca. I hate doing that because that's a potential new plant right there. I know, I'm very selfish with my plants. Not really selfish, but you know what I mean. I don't want to waste anything. All right, next one. Fill it up with some leca. Okay. You just make sure there's no, oh, look, there's an old flower spike that never actually bloomed and dried up. So now this will branch probably between one of these 2 leaves. See that right there? Okay, so we're gonna put this in here, hold it up, and fill in the leca. Leca. Dee, 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 dee. All right. I can use this a little bit more just to hold this in place. All right, that's number 2. Gonna put it in the reservoir. And again, I'm gonna fill this with water up to above where the stem is, okay? I'm not doing it right now because I didn't bring any water with me, but I will do it, mark my words. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll do one more rodeo. Actually, trying to think if there's anything else that, because I have a bunch of plants all around here. No, yeah, I'll stick with what I got here. Only because I want to make sure I don't lose this puppy, okay? This one's got a lot of leaves on it, okay? I'm gonna put it against my shirt so you can see it. It's got a lot of leaves. So I'm gonna remove all these bottom leaves. And these as well, okay? So we're just gonna be stuck with the two, and the two little ones, okay? So this is what it looks like. Okay, next cup. Sit it right in the middle. I like to sit it in the middle. A lot of people like, you know, put it on the side. It bothers me. Anyway, I have problems. Okay, so here we go. Filling it up with leca. So we'll see how this works out. This is a different brand, and I noticed that, I know it's probably just from traveling, but a lot of the actual leca balls, let's see if I can show you an example. A lot of them have these pieces, let's see if you can see. See how the dark spots where they chipped? So the outer coating of the clay has chipped off. I like that because that means it can wick up a little bit better than just if I had the terracotta colored clay outside. This will let the moisture in the water into the actual ball a lot easier and release it slower. And there we have it. All right, that's number 3. And once again, I'm going to raise the water level to above the bottom of the cut end of the stem. All right, now let's take a look at, let me move this out of the way, little coleus, and we'll move this one into our view. And this is a monster. Look at this. I had to tie it up because this branch right here was going like all the way over there. So you can see I tied it up with just a piece of yarn. Imagine that, yarn. Why do I have any yarn? Okay, so I'm just going to, let's see, take something, let's see, what's a good one? I mean, I have a bunch of these that have already rooted in water, but I figure let me put some in leca too. Why not, right? Okay, I'm gonna cut this one right here. It's kind of caught up in between. This is what it looks like. Okay, gonna take off a bunch of these leaves. Bing, 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 bing. Okay, just gonna leave these on like this. Can't really see the pretty coloring you can see on this leaf. See how there's a dark? That's not dead, that's just dark purple. Leaves are very velvety too. All right, so now we're gonna fill up our cup. We plop it right in the middle because that's the way I like to do it. I'm almost out of leca for this little project here, for this video. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just not fill this all the way to the top. How about that? It's interesting, this leca, usually when I put cuttings in leca, they don't, because the balls are all around, that's why they're balls, they don't anchor in the cutting very well. For some reason, this leca is. So already we're off to a good start. All right, that one is ready, okay? And again, I'm gonna fill it up to the bottom of the cutting, the stem of the cutting. And last, but certainly not least, let me find a nice piece that I can take. Eventually, I'm probably gonna no, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I want this to look nicer, but I don't want to break up how big and woody this branch is. I love that. It's like a tree. Okay, let me see. Oh, this is insect damage. This better not be thrips, because I'll get very upset. Okay, I'll take this piece over here. Done. Now, it looks like there's potentially some insect damage. Now, if you look here, see how that's like, kind of like, it's like missing the top layer? That's usually a sign of thrips. So, I don't see any thrips on it right now. It could be old damage. But just to be on the safe side, I'm taking off all of these leaves, except for those top two, because I don't want to take any chances. And I'm going to have to spray this down with some alcohol in a little while, as soon as I'm done with the video. Okay, so this is what we're working with on this one, right? And this is like a standard cutting for Coleus. They usually just have those two main leaves with two tiny leaves in there. That's usually what people do because there's less moisture that's lost through the leaves. I like to leave a little more of the leaf on. Sue me. All right, I'm kidding, don't sue me. I don't have anything. No, I'm kidding. All right, here we go. This is the end of this cleaned out leca. We put the cutting in the middle, just like this. And the rest of this goes in there. Ta-da! Wouldn't it be crazy if like all of a sudden I become a huge leca freak? Like everybody else on the internet? Because you know, I've been a lava rock freak for a long time. But when I saw this at the store, I said, you know what? Actually, I asked my friend who works there, I said, do you have any leca? I want to see what's available locally. Sure enough, I think it's new. It's a new company they're working with. And this might actually be a good thing for me. So I don't have to keep getting lava rock, which I love. But if this works almost as well, or if it's comparable in how it wicks the moisture, this might be what I need moving forward. Yeah, some of the leca, the other leca that I've worked with, I've got on the internet, and it was very, very smooth. It felt like porcelain, little balls of porcelain. So there wasn't a lot of like pitting, and maybe that's why it didn't wick moisture very well. But this has a lot of irregularities. So this might actually work. Of course, I'll let you know. Okay, we put this in. Of course, I'm going to raise the water in the reservoir to above where the bottom of the cut stem is. And there we have it. And this is what it's looking like. Just like this. See what I mean? Isn't this handy? This is handy. I love these little, I don't know what you call them. I used to use, actually I still do some in some areas of the house. I have refrigerator trays, you know, like the, you put things in the fridge and you know what I mean? This, I don't know, this, I don't think this is because it has a handle on both sides. The other ones have a handle on one side. So it's definitely for a refrigerator. But this is so much easier than having to carry each one by itself. So I got two of these and I had this one already. This is a small little thing that I put the leca in. So I may actually use that as well if I get more props going. Anyway, let me know what you think I should do with this one. Should I chop it up and make it look a little nicer? Should I leave it, let it be natural? Let me know what you think. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that's what I'm going to do, but I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on it because I'm kind of at a loss. And let me tell you, the soil that this is in, both of these, I don't like it. It dries out so quickly that it's, some of the leaves are starting to crisp up a little bit because I got to like continuously water these plants. And I don't want to have to do that. That's why semi-hydro is so much better. You have a reservoir. You don't have to worry about it until that reservoir is almost dried up. But you know, we'll see. Let me know what you think about this plant here, about Mama Pineapple. and this plant, I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but this is also in a big pot of soil, as you can see. Finally, you can see how big it is. It's a big monster plant, but it's really pretty. Like look at the color of the leaves. All right, but yeah, Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Just go doink, and I will see you, there you are, in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.